Into another edition of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Tony Sapita. I am joined again by my co-host Nick Barr. Nick, how we feeling? Some weird news coming out.
Yeah, other than I have something in my eye, and that's not great. But I'm feeling at least a little bit better than Lonzo Ball, who we'll get into here. Yeah, not feeling great about the overall like echo chamber of Bulls Twitter that we lie in. But we will get to some positive notes at the end. Summer League, couple of flashes that are looking good there. The boys are 2-1 as we move into the fourth game on Thursday. So looking up, Tony. But unfortunately, we got to get into some news about our boy Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, like you said, we'll hit on the Summer League stuff at the end. Second year in a row now where Summer League may end up being as entertaining as the actual regular season. Who knows? But before we do that, let's talk about Lonzo. So real quick, shout out, Michael Jordan wearing the I'm Back jersey. Unfortunately, that does not apply to Lonzo Ball. He'll return, it sounds like, but I mean, the news is not looking good. If I were to categorize it in any sort of way, It is not sounding good. And Nick, you want to fill us in on what's going on?
Yeah, man. So it feels a little bit repetitive, but I think just given the timeline, we're going on 7 months now without our guy. He got injured on January 28th. So if you guys remember, the original timeline was 6 to 8 weeks. Now, obviously, there was a couple things found as he went in to have that, supposedly standard torn meniscus procedure, which he has had in the past. Keep in mind, he's got an injury prone past as well, but they found that bone bruise, which that ended up what made him being shut down for the season. But I mean, we're approaching 7 months now, Tony, on a torn meniscus and a bone bruise. And every time he kind of turns up the jets to, when he's training, he still gets this discomfort. So a lot of the guys, Billy Donovan, Ack, they've been on the horn during the summer league. They're kind of tiptoeing around it, saying that, they hope he's ready for training camp. But he's clearly not progressing at the speed that they would like. So it's definitely concerning news. I think that's like the whole Bulls Nation community is kind of warming up around the fire, just waiting to we're just waiting for September. We're hoping that he shows up, he's there, and we don't have to rely on Goran Dragic as being our starting point guard. Tony, what are your thoughts here, man?
Yeah, you described that perfectly right at the end there. This is definitely one of those, because you don't see it too often in sports or maybe it doesn't happen to our teams as much, where it's just he just kind of was never the same. Obviously we saw it with some of those bigger guys like Greg Oden, and I guess figuratively and literally bigger guys, Greg Oden. I don't want to say Zion, but he's kind of getting in that weird category. John Wall, these guys that kind of just were never the same after a tough stretch of injuries.
What Derrick Rose?
Derrick Rose, another. I don't know, man. 50 points that one game a couple years ago. That was pretty good. Yeah,
true.
That was a great counterpoint. True. And it doesn't feel real. And again, I use John Wall as an example. I still think John Wall could give us 40. I think he could absolutely do it. He probably can't anymore. But it feels like it should never go away. I guess the it factor, whatever you want to call it for these guys. But it does not. It just doesn't sound good. I really don't know what to think about it. It is just a weird. Usually, these guys, they'll keep it quiet. It'll be, it's fine. Okay, we'll reevaluate whatever. When they're saying it's concerning, just not progressing like we like, just lie, man. Just lie to us. I don't know. Maybe that's my opinion on that. But perhaps it makes sense that Goran Dragic, we signed him and we're guaranteeing him 20 to 25 minutes off the bench, backing up, potentially starting over Lonzo. Although I'd like to have Io starting in over there. But that's what the Bulls.
That's our plan. I love Goran, dude, but he's 36. Okay,
it makes no sense.
It doesn't
overall,
make sense.
Not just this plan, but the plan. Just the plan.
I'll tell you what makes sense. Why he signed with the Bulls. He was thinking he was going to get some probably limited role. That's a big role on a team to be a backup point guard playing half of the game. So, I mean, shout out to him, I guess. I don't know how it's looking for us as an organization, but shout out to Goran for hitting his stride at the end, I hope. And then hopefully Lonzo, man, progresses. We got 2 months. We got about 8 weeks until training camp opens up. So we shall see.
Well, so hopefully he's back in 6 to 8 weeks then. That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And maybe the initial assessment, it was someone from the future. It was us. From right now, we went back and we said 6 to 8 weeks, relax, taken out of context, kind of like the LeBron quote, etc. So I guess we'll move right into the sponsor from that. Before we hit on the Summer League, Unbound Coffee. Unbound Coffee Company delivers high-end coffee and the best coffee-related t-shirts in the business to your door with free shipping on all orders. And the best part is, for every item sold by Unbound Coffee, $2 is donated to a charity or nonprofit of your choice. Unbound donates locally and nationwide, so they will donate to your local schools, theaters, and churches, as well as some of the biggest charities in the world. Select your cause at checkout. Use promo code JSHI, JAYCHI, for 15% off your first order, or sign up for a subscription to save an additional 10%. Donate to your favorite charity or nonprofit every time your order renews. It's 25% off your first order when you use code JSHI, JAYCHI, and sign up for a subscription at www.unboundcoffeecompany.com. Start living unbound today. I love the coffee. I love coffee in general, and the fact that I, am choosing to drink this one, not just because it's a sponsor, because I love it. That definitely says something. Plus, they stand for something amazing with the donations to charities. So get yours today. Nick, Summer League, something to get excited after. We brought everyone down a little. A little deflation. Now is where we kind of send you on your way with what I think is good news. I think the boys are kind of showing out.
I agree. And I'll tell you what is the best news of all. The Chicago Bulls play on Thursday at 5 p.m. against the Charlotte Hornets. Wow. We have a Bulls game, folks. Wow. So get happy about that. You get to watch Carlik Jones, Dalen Terry, Baby Kukoc, a.k.a. Marko Simonovic, and the rest of the gang take on the Hornets, dude. It's going to rule. Yeah. But on a real note, Carlik Jones and Dalen Terry have stolen the show so far. We're 3 games in, 2-1. So we are above 500 with Tuesday's victory over the Raptors. It was quite a rout until the very end. They just let the Raptors come within 10 points for no reason. But it was an absolute blowout. Dalen Terry ended with 14 points, 5 rebounds. Carlik Jones, who is our star point guard so far in the Summer League, had 17 points, 7 for 7 from the field, with 5 assists. Some very nice passing on the behalf of him and Dalen Terry. But I think that my main takeaway, Tony, personally, is just I know most of the focus is going to be on Dalen Terry. It's our draft pick, so we should probably talk about him first. I mean, he definitely shows some awesome flashes. I think last game, which is when he scored 14 points, he scored 9 before that, and then he was in double digits in the first game. So he's had a decent streak. I think highest score so far on our Summer League squad. But it seemed like last game he played a lot more comfortable. He had 7 turnovers in the second game. But that was more, I just don't really see him as a point guard facilitator. He's definitely a shooting guard in my eyes. I mean, I know that's what he's listed at, but I think we were trying him at both. So he definitely has these flashes where he looks like he could fit in very well with the current squad, but the turnover issues are a little concerning. Granted, I think he needs to stay in that shooting guard role, and Carlik Jones is definitely a more true point guard, and he's actually been pretty sick, pretty good tandem those two have been. So just what we needed, Tony, more guards, right? So yay.
Yeah, that's all we've needed on this team is more guards. We've been saying it, been pounding the table for it. So Nick, that was a good, more, I guess, analytical breakdown of the actual game going on the court. My comment on the Summer League is going to be more about kind of the chemistry building, kind of the team in general, figuratively on the court, literally off the court because they're on the bench or sitting behind the bench. The boys are supporting the boys. Seeing the whole squad coming out. DeMar Levine probably. I guess I don't know if he was in that picture, but Io, Javante Green, all the boys out there supporting the young guys. I know Kobe White was out there too. Who knows for how long? But he was out there. They were, excited. They were excited for the young guys coming up. So it was great to see one, just the support. They care. And maybe it was, they all just decided to go out before and they're like, we'll just show up to this game. Or maybe it truly was like, hey, last year was weird. Last year was tough. Like, let's just, we like each other. That's a good start for team chemistry. Let's kind of just keep building off that into the next season. I'm hoping it's the second one. It'd be kind of funny if it was the first one, but
it would. And
yeah.
DeMar might have had some interviews lined up too, but I like to think they showed up to support Dalen Terry and the boys. DeMar, by the way, I guess, little known fact, he is the Rubik's Cube master of the Chicago Bulls. Yeah. So if you didn't already know, I think I was calling him the surgeon during the season. Pretty sick nickname. But he truly is just surgical with his hands, man. Mm-hmm. He can go as slow as he wants. He can tell you every single move he's going to do, like kind of like Larry Bird and that guy Michael Jordan used to do. He could tell you every single move and will still beat you at it, and he could do it in slow motion. And that's why we love DeMar, and we love that he's on our team. And Tony, that's all I got, dude.
Okay. Yeah. I think that was pretty good. One final note, shout out Zach LaVine. Congrats on the child on the way. I don't know if they announced the gender of the child, but either way, everything's looking good. Everyone looks happy and healthy. So happy for the boy. Hopefully he'll play with a little dad strength, a little dad energy, like
oh yes,
Blake and on the Raptors guy from Rockford, Illinois, baby, went to Auburn High School in Rockford, Illinois.
Fred VanVleet. Yes.
Fred VanVleet. We all know what he did in the 2018 finals, 2019 finals. That's what we're hoping for from Zach LaVine. Little dad strength, dad power. He's got the extension. Is it officially pen to paper, ink dry, or is it, hey, I'm coming back, we're all good, don't worry about me, let's move on to the next thing? I guess we should probably know that. Do you know that?
No, I don't know that.
Okay.
It's done. It's inked. He put the Instagram post up, dude.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. I was testing you, Nick.
And he had the pen. He had the pen in his hand. Well, his right hand. He had the pen in his right hand.
Yeah. Okay. Good job, Nick. I was just checking. Make sure you knew. And yeah, so I guess that'll do it for this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Tony Spita. Thank you again to my co-host Nick Parr for joining. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Till next time, Bulls fans, keep seeing red.